What did we do in the last lecture? We have started with hydrocarbons. In the hydrocarbons, we have started with alkanes. And in the alkanes, first we have started with the physical properties of alkanes. In the physical properties, we have seen its state, boiling point, and solubility. In order to know if it is a gas or liquid or a solid, you need to analyze its intermolecular forces. More are the intermolecular forces, the state will be solid. Intermediate are the intermolecular forces, the state will be liquid. Very less intermolecular forces leads to gases. As alkanes are necessarily non-polar compounds, as there is no electronegativity difference between carbon and hydrogen, the only intermolecular forces which you may have or you can have in alkanes is London dispersion forces or induced dipole forces or weak van der Waals forces. As of van der Waals forces, they depend upon surface area. More is the surface area, more will be the van der Waals forces. More are the van der Waals forces, more will be the attractions, and there can be a chance for formation of a liquid or solid. So lower alkanes जो भी है with lesser number of carbon atoms, C1 to C4, they are gases. As the number of carbon atoms increase, the surface area and the molecular weight will be increasing. So C5 to C17 are liquids, and C18 and above are solids. All this is considered at room temperature. Okay, at room temperature, C1 to C4 are gases, C5 to C17 are liquids, C18 and above are solids. In case of boiling point, again you need to see the intermolecular forces. In general, the question will be given for isomers. All of them will be having similar molecular formula. Among them, they will be asking what is the order of boiling point. You need to see for the surface area again. If branching increases, the surface area will be decreasing. More and more branching, less and less amount of surface area. Hence, one is in this particular case, normal butane, pentane is greater than 2-methyl butane is greater than 2,2-dimethyl propane. Important boiling point comparison. Solubility like dissolves like, as they are essentially non-polar compounds, it will be soluble in non-polar solvents. Non-polar solvents, still important example, benzene, carbon disulfide, etc. Okay, preparation methods. Alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons. Saturated मतलब जितना maximum amount of hydrogen रह सकता है उतना है CnH2n+2. Unsaturated hydrocarbons are alkenes and alkynes having formula CnH2n and CnH2n-2. So if you are adding one molecule of hydrogen to an alkene, you can convert that into alkane. Similarly, if you are adding two molecules or 2 mole molecules of hydrogen, we can convert that into alkane. Okay, convert an alkyne to alkane. So this particular process is called as hydrogenation. Addition of hydrogen to a given compound is called as hydrogenation, and this is done in the presence of a catalyst, nickel, platinum, and palladium. ये जो nickel है, further extra information है, ये जो nickel है, this is in general used at higher temperatures. Platinum and palladium being very active, they can also be used at lower temperatures. Okay, मतलब platinum, palladium higher temperatures पे भी use कर सकते हो. Nickel जो है, it is predominantly used at higher temperatures. Platinum and palladium, they can also be used at lower temperatures. Platinum, palladium are active even at low temperature. Nickel जो है, it becomes active only at higher temperature. Okay, the reaction is also reduction of an alkene or alkane because we are adding hydrogen to alkene and alkyne. The nature of the addition is basically it is an addition reaction because you are breaking a bond. If you are breaking a pi bond between two carbons and you are making 2 sigma bonds. Okay, you are not removing any of the atoms or any of the groups present from the alkene and alkyne. You are adding some external groups or atoms. Hence, the reaction is termed as addition reaction. In this case, the addition is also called as syn addition, as both the hydrogens are added on the same side of the double bond. Okay, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? Because the mechanism which is involved is adsorption followed by addition. Because the hydrogen molecule and the alkene or alkyne molecule will be adsorbed onto the catalyst surface, that particular catalyst surface is providing a platform for the reaction to happen. So hydrogen or alkene alkyne adsorb होने के बाद both the hydrogen atoms will be attached onto alkene or alkane on the same side. Hence it is called as syn addition. तो जो catalyst use किया है in Sabatier's entrance reaction, it is called as heterogeneous catalyst because hydrogen and the catalyst will be having different phases. So gas is solid. There is one more catalyst which is a homogeneous catalyst that can be used for this particular reaction, which is called as Wilkinson's catalyst. Wilkinson's catalyst उसके लिए formula भी है. We will be seeing that in a chapter called coordination compounds. तो देखेंगे बाद में. Then from carboxylic acid there are two methods. One is decarboxylation using soda lime and the other is Folds electrolysis. Decarboxylation मतलब removal of the carboxyl group. The carboxyl group is COH. If you are removing that particular carboxyl group, you will be left with RH, which is nothing but an alkane. So this is also termed as a step down reaction because the initial reactant and the final product are differing with one carbon atom. Hence it is called a step down reaction. Soda lime is 3:1 mixture of NaOH and CaO. You need to remember this. You need to remember the reagent. The mechanism involves carbanion formation. The intermediate is carbanion. So whenever you have the intermediate as carbanion, if they're in general, they will be asking what is the order of rate of decarboxylation. So the one which is forming a stable intermediate will be decarboxylated easily or quickly. So carbanion का stability comparison के लिए carbanion के अंदर you have negative charge. If you want to stabilize a negative charge, either you can give a positive charge from your end, or you can remove that particular negative charge, or distribute that particular negative charge in resonance. So carbanion के लिए stability के लिए electron withdrawing groups increase the stability of the carbanion, releasing groups decrease the stability. Okay, negative charge के लिए और negative charge दिया तो it will be concentrating the negative charge and hence it will be decreasing the stability of carbanion. Carbanions का general stability order resonance stabilized is greater than 1 degree is greater than 2 degree is greater than 3 degree. Okay, इस particular section में और एक question भी पूछा जाता है. What are the different types of carboxylic acids that can be decarboxylated in order to get a particular alkane? In that case, draw the structure of the alkane. उसके बाद attach that COH group on different unique carbon atoms. ये वाला चाहिए हमें. Suppose ये वाला particular alkane चाहिए. Alkane draw करने के बाद attach the COH group on different carbon atoms, unique carbon atoms. And whenever you are attaching, see for the chirality of the molecule. If you want to calculate number of isomers, total isomers. On attaching onto this particular carbon, this carbon is getting chiral. Okay, initially दोनों CH3 है इसलिए achiral है, but if you are attaching this onto this particular carbon, ये chiral हो गया. So this particular molecule can exist in two different forms because this is chiral. So you should have to count this as 2. यहाँ पे लगाने से कुछ chirality नहीं है, यहाँ पे लगाने से ये वाला carbon chiral हुआ. Again you can have two different forms of it. यहाँ पे लगाने से again there is no chirality, so एक ही form है. So total you can have 6 different molecules which on decarboxylation lead to the same alkane. Okay, if they are simply asking for only structural isomers, then there will be 4. Folds electrolysis. Electrolysis जो है very important है. We are having a chapter called electrochemistry. In that, the entire chapter is based on electrolysis only. So electrolysis का basic idea होना important है. In any electrolysis process, you will be having two entities called cathode as well as anode. At cathode, there will always be, irrespective of the nature of reactants, at cathode, there will always be reduction. At anode, there will always be oxidation. Towards anode, anions will be drifting. Towards cathode, cations will be drifting. Okay, a drift होने के वजह से they need not undergo oxidation and reduction. ये होने की जरूरत नहीं. Like इस particular case में Na positive तो गया है, Na positive गया है, but उसका कैथोड के पास गया है, but उसका रिडक्शन कुछ नहीं होगा, because Na positive को रिडक्शन होने की टेंडेंसी बहुत ही कम है. Sodium being most reactive metal, it will always try to give away the electron and convert it into Na positive. Na positive won't try to accept that electron and convert it into Na. Okay, because sodium is highly electropositive. So at anode, you have the reactant used in this particular case is rather than directly taking carboxylic acid, take a salt of carboxylic acid, because carboxylic acid is a weak acid. In the solution, there won't be greater number of ions if you are taking that in an acidic form. So take that in a salt form. Sodium salt of carboxylic acid, sodium salt of carboxylic acid dissociates completely. All sodium potassium nitrate salts dissociates completely. Okay, so it will lead to the formation of RCO minus and Na positive. RCO minus जो है, it will migrate towards anode, and at anode, because of passage of electricity, it is undergoing electrolysis. At anode, it is made to undergo oxidation. Oxidation में क्या हो रहा है? It is losing one electron to form carboxylate free radical, which is an unstable species. So that particular unstable species spontaneously breaks into free radical, R free radical, and the free radical which is coming on carbon atom, it will be combining with the free radical on oxygen, and they will be forming a bond. Okay, whenever you see two free radicals within the same molecule, on adjacent atoms make a pi bond, on other atoms you will be forming a ring-like structure. Okay, so ये जो R free radical मिला है, this R free radical combines with another R free radical to form an alkane. At cathode, in the solution, you have water as well. Water will be undergoing reduction, but not Na positive. Water के अंदर you have H2O. H2O का oxidation states क्या है? Hydrogen का +1 है, oxygen का -2 है. So if you are adding electrons, that oxygen part of it won't be accepting the electrons because it is already negatively charged. Oxygen already negatively charged है. ये जो hydrogen part है ये accept करना चाहिए. So H plus on accepting electrons, it will be converting into H2. So the overall reaction is, but O तो O2 minus जैसा ऐसे liberate नहीं होगा. O2 minus का existence नहीं होता है. Okay, so two molecules of H2O accepting two electrons to form 2OH minus. इनमें oxidation state उनका वैसा ही है, -2 as well as +1. इसमें oxidation state of hydrogen got changed to 0. reduction हुआ है. Okay, ऐसा कुछ आया होगा तुम लोग को डाउट. H2O ही लेके 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स दिया तो H2 में कन्वर्ट हो गया और ये +O2 माइनस, ऐसा नहीं लिखेंगे. O2 माइनस का एग्जिस्टेंस नहीं होता है. ओके, ठीक है. उसके बाद इसी पर्टिकुलर थियरी के एप्लीकेशन का क्वेश्चंस देखा है. ये वाला क्वेश्चंस डायरेक्टली एग्जाम में आता है. whenever you are doing electrolysis which is having a carboxylic acid inside it, form free radical. If two free radicals are present on adjacent atoms in the same molecule, दोनों के बीच में बॉन्ड बना दो. ये भी बनने का चांस है, बट इट विल बी वेरी वेरी माइनर, क्योंकि ऐसा दूसरा वाला फ्री रेडिकल आके दोनों का ओरिएंटेशन भी सेट होके उसके बाद ये वाला बॉन्ड बनना पड़ेगा. rather than that इन दोनों के बीच में 5 बॉन्ड बन जाएगा. Similarly in this case you will be getting alkyne. ये वाले केस में रिंग फॉर्मेशन होगा, साइक्लोप्रोपेन मिल सकता है, या ऐसा दूसरे के साथ रिएक्ट होकर यू कैन आल्सो फॉर्म हेक्सेन. अगेन साइक्लोप्रोपेन विल बी मेजर. इवन दो हेक्सेन इज मोर स्टेबल देन साइक्लोप्रोपेन, वो बनने का चांस कम है. Hence cyclopropane is a major product. Alkyl, from alkyl halides, the general formula of alkyl halide is Rx. If you are converting that Rx into RH, the reaction involved is reduction. The reaction involved is reduction. Give me 2 minutes. Yeah. If you want to
तो
convert
अब
alkyl, yeah, tell
सर
me.
डाउट है,
पूछो.
कोल्स रिएक्शन से हम, सॉरी कोल्स
Cold
इलेक्ट्रोलाइसिस से
reaction
हम,
है electrolysis. हाँ.
हाँ वही कोल्स इलेक्ट्रोलाइसिस से हम ऑड नंबर ऑफ कार्बन चेन वाली चेन कैसे बनाएंगे, क्योंकि आर बॉन्ड आर होता है ना, तो हमें
और
कहीं वो नहीं
बॉन्ड
है।
और है और odd number वाला बनाते समय again you will be getting mixture of products. If you want to form odd numbered alkane, even in this particular case odd numbered वाला alkane बनाना, it is not economical because you will be having mixture of products, क्योंकि ये जो r free radical खुद के साथ भी लग सकता है या दूसरे मॉलिक्यूल के साथ भी लग सकता है. So if you are taking CH3COONA and CH3CH2COONA, then you can form ethane, propane as well as butane. Whenever you have mixture of alkanes, in general that particular process is not viable, उतना useful नहीं रहेगा, बाद में separate करना पड़ेगा ना. Just like Woods reaction, this reaction is also predominant, you can say it should be used for formation of even membered alkanes. Okay.
हाँ सर.
ठीक है. From alkyl halides, you can have reduction of alkyl halide, removal of halogen electronegative element and addition of electropositive element which is hydrogen can be termed as reduction. Reduction के लिए important reagent है any active metal in along with HCl acts as a very good reducing agent. You can add tin and HCl or zinc and HCl, SN HCl or Zn HCl. In this particular case में the alkyl halide has to be RCl, RBr and RF, because RF को reduce करना मुश्किल होगा because of the stronger bond between carbon and fluorine. Next we have seen Woods reaction. The reagent used is sodium in dry ether. The ether has to be dry because sodium reacts violently with water, and ether use कर रहे हैं because we need to have a polar solvent. Rx being polar, it dissolves only in polar solvent, like dissolves like. Okay. The mechanism involves free radical mechanism. Sodium being electropositive loses an electron. That particular single electron can be treated as free radical. Any odd electron can be treated as free radical. Whenever a free radical reacts with another molecule, it will also reacts in terms of free radicals. So जो Rx bond है, even though there is electronegativity difference between carbon and halogen, you need to break the bond in terms of free radicals. Okay. So R free radical, X free radical, out of these two, X being more electronegative will be having greater affinity for the electron. So it will be converting into X minus, or R free radical, it reacts with another R free radical to form a higher alkane. This particular method is useful if and only if you are forming symmetrical alkanes. If you are forming unsymmetrical alkanes, like if you are intended to form propane, you need to take methyl halide and ethyl halide. So you may get mixture of products which are ethane, butane and propane. हमको क्या चाहिए था? We wanted propane, but apart from that you also got ethane and butane which are not intended. So इनको separate करना मुश्किल रहेगा because their boiling points will be differing by very slight amount. So fractional distillation से इतना ज़्यादा मेहनत करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Rather than this, you will be using another method called Forehouse synthesis, which we will be seeing in alkyl halides chapter. Okay. Or else Woods reaction का importance क्या है? It is predominantly used for the formation of symmetrical alkanes. So they will be giving you an alkane and they will be asking what is the choice of alkyl halide for the formation of that given alkane with the help of Woods reaction. So वो वाला पर्टिकुलर alkane को ड्रॉ करो. ड्रॉ करने के बाद जहाँ पे सिमेट्री है वहाँ पे ब्रेक कर लो. वहाँ पे ब्रेक करके ऐड हैलोजन. ओके, इजी है, नॉट सो डिफिकल्ट. Rather than using sodium, you can also use zinc in the presence of ether. This will also lead to the formation of alkene. Okay. 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 We will start with the reactions of alkanes. आई होप सब लोग को प्रिपरेशन मेथड्स एंड देयर फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज और उनके ऊपर क्वेश्चंस कैसे आता है. I hope this particular section is clear. We are going to the next section, which are the reactions of alkanes. Okay. First of all, I will write the general reaction. ये जो substitution reaction है.
सर
हाँ.
एक मेरा डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया इसलिए डाउट नहीं पूछ सका. कल थोड़ा एनसीईआरटी पढ़ा तो उसमें लिखा था कि 3 डिग्री अल्काइल हैलाइड में वुड्स रिएक्शन नहीं होता, वो क्यों होता है?
3 डिग्री अल्काइल हैलाइड में वुड्स रिएक्शन नहीं होता है. क्यों नहीं होता है? 3 डिग्री अल्काइल हैलाइड में वुड्स रिएक्शन हो सकता है. In the presence of sodium, this in the presence of sodium and dry ether, you will get this product. क्या आ जाएगा? What is the exact statement? Ashutosh, what is the exact statement?
सॉरी सर, मैं म्यूट करके बोल रहा था. इन 3 डिग्री अल्काइल हैलाइड वुड्स रिएक्शन कैन नॉट टेक प्लेस इफेक्टिवली.
effectively maybe because of steric hindrance. ये जो particular group है ना, ये जो बनेगा, as this is bulky, दूसरे molecule के साथ react करते समय because of the steric hindrance the overlap may not be effective. उतना ही है. There can be formation of molecule, but it may not be effective because of the bulkiness of the molecule. क्योंकि बाद में हम केमिकल काइनेटिक्स में पढ़ेंगे, ये जाके इसके साथ बॉन्ड बनाने के लिए इसका ऑर्बिटल्स प्रॉपर्ली ओरिएंट होना चाहिए. If the orbitals are not oriented properly, then the bond formation may not be effective. This particular molecule being bulky, the orbitals may not be oriented. उसकी वजह से थोड़ा डिफिकल्टी आ सकता है. Okay. Substitution reactions, we will write the general reaction. The general reaction is RH reacting with H2 in the presence of H nu or heat. H nu indicates light, okay? Photons. RH in the presence of H2, you will get Rx plus Hx. As a particular reaction, in this particular reaction, you are substituting one of the hydrogen with a halogen atom. Hence, the reaction is called as substitution reaction. The mechanism which is involved in this particular reaction has free radicals. Okay, hence the substitution is also called as free radical substitution. We will be seeing the detailed mechanism of this now. The substitution is also referred to as free radical substitution reaction. Before going into detailed mechanism, कुछ general points लिख लेते हैं. ये जो particular reaction है, this cannot happen if there is no heat or light. Okay, the reaction doesn't happen in dark and in low temperatures. In dark and in low temperatures. If you are forming free radicals, as intermediates, can you tell me what is the order of stability of free radicals? General order of stability of free radicals?
Resonance greater than 3 degree greater than 2 degree or 1 degree, na?
Resonance greater than 3 degree greater than 2 degree greater than 1 degree. So ये जो particular reaction में if I take general order of reactivity order, I can say the reactivity order of different degree hydrogens. Different degree hydrogens. It will be 3 degree greater than, 2 degree greater than, 1 degree greater than methyl wala. Okay. Because the intermediate formed is free radical intermediate. Free radical stability order is 3 degree greater than, 2 degree greater than, 1 degree greater than methyl free radical. Hence the order of reactivity also will be 3 degree greater than, 2 degree greater than, 1 degree hydrogens. Among halogens, order of reactivity among halogens, it is fluorine greater than, important order याद रखना, fluorine greater than, bromine greater than iodine. With fluorine the reaction is explosive because whenever you are forming a fluorine free radicals are highly reactive because fluorine being the most electronegative element, अगर उसका bond break करके free radical बनाया हमने, that particular free radical will try to react immediately. Whenever the reaction is very fast, the reaction can become explosive. Okay, with iodine being very less electronegative, with iodine the reaction is very slow and reversible. The reaction is very slow and reversible.
Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir.
Hello, it got stuck. Give me 2 minutes. Can everyone hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
हाँ sir.
There is some problem. कहाँ तक सुना है तुम लोग? कहाँ तक सुना है तुम लोग?
Halogens का reactivity order वो बता रहे
ओके ओके, हैलोजेंस का रिएक्टिविटी ऑर्डर तक ही सुना क्या? ओके ओके ओके. After that we moved on to mechanism. और जो mechanism है, any free radical reaction has 3 steps: chain initiation step, chain propagation step and chain termination step. Let us analyze one by one कौन से step में क्या क्या होता है. The first step is initiation step. In this particular step, from the initial reactants, you will be forming free radicals. Okay, those particular free radicals are responsible for the further reaction. Hence, so the particular first step that is responsible for the start of the reaction, hence it is called as initiation step. So, in order to analyze the initiation step, in the reaction container, you have an alkane along with halogen. Okay, you are incidenting light as well as you are, or else you are giving some amount of heat in order to break the bonds. अभी इस पर्टिकुलर केस में यू हैव अ बॉन्ड बिटवीन कार्बन एंड हाइड्रोजन, ये वाला बॉन्ड ब्रेक कर सकते हो, और यू आर हैविंग ए बॉन्ड बिटवीन हैलोजन एंड हैलोजन, ये वाला बॉन्ड ब्रेक कर सकते हो. सो ऑन ब्रेकिंग alkane, it will lead to the formation of R free radical and H free radical, hydrogen free radical and carbon free radical. Okay, on breaking halogen, it will lead to the formation of 2 X free radicals. वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है ये जो H free radical है. H free radical is highly unstable. If it is highly unstable, it can never be formed during the reaction, or else you can analyze it in this way. Form होने के बाद, H free radical बनने के बाद, immediately it will be combining back with R free radical to form back RH. So you can never see the existence of H free radical inside the system. Okay, so ये जो particular reaction है R free radical, sorry, RH converting into R free radical and H free radical, it will never take place. So बचा क्या है system के अंदर? X2 converting into 2X free radical. So the chain initiation step is nothing but X2 converting into 2X free radicals. After initiation step, you have propagation step. You are having propagation step. In the propagation step, this X free radical will be reacting with other reactants present in the system. Again, system में क्या reactants है? You are having RH, alkane, and you are having X2. If an X free radical reacts with X2 only, X2 के साथ ही react कर रहे थे, क्या होगा? X bond X plus X free radical.
RH है ना?
Okay, sorry. If an X free radical reacting is with X2 only, तब होगा क्या? You need to break this in terms of free radicals. इधर एक X free radical होगा, X free radical होगा, ये इसके साथ combine कर लिया, तब क्या बनेगा? You will get again X2 and X free radical. So this particular reaction is not leading to any unique product. So ये वाला reaction लिखने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. सिस्टम के अंदर हमारे पास alkane है as well as X2 है. अगर X free radical X2 को encounter किया, if there is sufficient amount of energy and if there is a reaction among them, X2 reacts with X free radical to form a new molecule of X2 along with another X free radical. So this particular reaction is not leading to any unique product. So ये वाला reaction नहीं लिखेंगे. Okay. So बचा क्या है system में? You also have RH inside it. So this RH reacting with X free radical. There can be two different cases. क्या क्या है? Bond free radical terms में break होके ये दो R free radical H free radical है. Either H free radical can react with X free radical to form HX or R free radical can react with X free radical to form RX. Okay, ये सब simultaneously होगा. Like ये वाला R free radical H free radical separately exist नहीं होगा. Break होते समय ही it will be forming a bond with X free radical. Suppose R वाला part react किया तो R वाला part react किया तो क्या होगा? You will be forming RX plus H free radical. Suppose H वाला part react किया तो you will be forming HX plus R free radical. Again out of these two reactions, ये वाला reaction नहीं हो पाएगा because H free radical is highly unstable. So the reaction which will be happening in the system is X free radical reacting with RH to form HX plus R free radical. Okay, is this clear? Okay. ये जो particular step है, this is called as chain propagation step. It is called as propagation step because a free radical reacting with a new molecule to form a new type of free radical, not the original free radical. Original free radical is X. वो किसी और के साथ react होके एक नया free radical मिला है, R free radical. So ये जो particular R free radical है, it is responsible for further reaction. So propagate होता जाएगा reaction. Okay. Whenever you are forming free radicals during the reaction, all those steps comes under the category of propagation steps. अभी ये जो R free radical है, system के अंदर X2 है ना? If it is reacting with X2, it will be forming. ये फिर से free radical terms में break करो, RX plus another X free radical. Okay. समझ में आया ये वाला पार्ट? हमको जो प्रोडक्ट चाहिए था, हमको प्रोडक्ट क्या चाहिए था? RX चाहिए ना? देखो RX मिला कि नहीं इधर? R free radical reacting with X2 to form RX plus X free radical. अभी ये जो X free radical आया है, it will be again reacting with another unreacted molecule of alkane to form another R free radical. ये जो R free radical आया होगा, it will be reacting with X2 present in the system to form RX. So ये reaction repeat होता जाएगा. Okay? टर्मिनेशन मतलब क्या होगा? टर्मिनेशन मतलब reaction is coming to halt because of two free radicals combining with each other. टर्मिनेशन स्टेप में क्या होता है? रिएक्शन फर्दर प्रोसीड नहीं कर पाएगा because in this case two free radicals, एक जो R free radical आया है, सिस्टम के अंदर X free radical है, so उसके साथ कंबाइन कर लिया तो वो डायरेक्टली RX मिल जाएगा, बट ये स्टेप जो है यहाँ पे टर्मिनेट हो जाएगा. This particular reaction is not leading to another free radical. As a result, the reaction won't be continuing. ऐसा भी एक स्टेप हो सकता है because सिस्टम के अंदर R free radical भी है, X free radical भी है, दोनों एक दूसरे को देख लिया, then they will be reacting among themselves to form RX. ऐसा भी कुछ हो सकता है. X free radical can react with another X free radical to form X2. और else जो R free radical है can react with another R free radical to form RR. These are byproducts. यहाँ पे ये जो RR है, this is a byproduct. And RX और RR के बीच में boiling point का difference ज़्यादा ही रहेगा. RX is a polar molecule, RR is a non-polar molecule. RX में dipole-dipole interactions होगा, RR में induced dipole. So they can be separated. Even though if you are getting byproducts in this particular case, it is okay to get them because they can be separated by a distillation process. Okay. And why am I calling this particular step as termination step? Because two free radicals are combining to form a neutral molecule. Reaction वहाँ पे रुक जाएगा, further reaction नहीं हो पाएगा. Okay. फिर से एक बार सारे steps देखते हैं. Any free radical mechanism involves 3 steps: chain initiation, chain propagation, and chain termination. In chain initiation step, from the initial reactants taken, you will be forming free radicals with the help of heat or sunlight. So while judging which particular free radical will be formed, you need to know the stabilities of the free radicals. RH के अंदर से बना रहा हूँ तो H free radical being highly unstable, it can never be formed. So the only choice which you are left with is formation of free radical from H2. On breaking H2, you are forming X free radical. So this particular X free radical will be reacting with the species present in the system. अगर वो जो X free radical है फिर से X free radical के साथ ही रिएक्ट कर लिया तो वो चेन टर्मिनेशन स्टेप में चला जाएगा. बट ऐसा नहीं होगा, हम एक ही X2 मॉलिक्यूल को ब्रेक करेंगे. Well, whenever you are instanting light, reaction mixture के अंदर you are having huge number of molecules of X2. So whenever you are breaking those molecules, you will be forming huge number of halogen free radicals. So all these steps will be taking place simultaneously. ऐसा नहीं होगा ये होने के बाद इसके लिए वेट करके, ये सब खत्म होने के बाद इसके लिए वेट करके होगा. All these steps will be happening in the reaction container simultaneously. But पहला ये स्टेप तो होना चाहिए, तभी तो रिएक्शन आगे बढ़ सकता है. ये स्टेप होते ही ये दोनों स्टेप्स में कोई भी रिपीट होता जा सकता है. ओके, so X free radical reacting with an alkane, X free radical reacting with an alkane leads to the formation of R free radical and HX. This comes under the category of propagation step because you are forming a new free radical in the process. This R free radical, if it is reacting with X free radical present in the system, it comes under the termination step. If the R free radical is reacting with the X2 present in the system, it will come under propagation step. Okay, clear hai? So you have formed Rx and the byproducts will be an alkane. X2 तो रहेगा ये सिस्टम में, byproduct will be an alkane. If you want to write a general reaction, कोई एक general reaction लिखते हैं. CH4 on reacting with Cl2 converting into CH3Cl plus HCl. Okay, इनमें starting step क्या होगा? Initiation step. I am directly writing the steps which are actually happening inside the system. Initiation step क्या होगा? Cl2 in the presence of H nu converting into 2Cl free radical. In the propagation step, this particular Cl free radical reacts with CH4 to form HCl and CH3 free radical. This CH3 free radical, if it reacts with Cl2, it forms CH3Cl plus Cl free radical. So ये propagation step में repeat होता जा सकता है. In the termination step, this is very important question for boards exams as well. In the termination step, Cl free radical may encounter another Cl free radical to form Cl2. CH3 free radical may encounter Cl free radical to form CH3Cl. This CH3 free radical may encounter another CH3 free radical to form CH3CH3. Clear है? यहाँ तक जो भी पढ़ा हमने, is this clear to everyone? Clear है?
हाँ
Okay.
हाँ
Thank-
सर.
Okay. क्लियर है करके पूछते समय काइंडली रेस्पॉन्ड विथ हाँ या ना, बिकॉज जूम आजकल मेरा ठीक से काम नहीं कर रहा है. इट इज शटिंग डाउन मेनी टाइम्स. सो पहले बोलते रहना इफ आई आस्क, क्योंकि पता नहीं चल रहा तुम लोग है मैं कनेक्टेड या डिसकनेक्टेड हूँ. ओके ठीक है, थैंक यू. अभी ये जो पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन है ये वाला रिएक्शन क्लियर है ना? इस पर्टिकुलर केस में और एक क्वेश्चंस भी पूछा जाता है, like there are some alternate chain propagation steps. Alternate चेन प्रोपगेशन स्टेप्स। इसका मतलब क्या है? सपोज मान लेते हैं हमारे पास जो भी CH4 है, that entire amount of CH4 got converted into CH3Cl। जो भी CH4 है वो Cl फ्री रेडिकल्स के साथ रिएक्ट कर लिया, सारे के सारे CH4 CH3Cl में कन्वर्ट हो गया। ओके, ये कन्वर्ट होने के बाद भी सिस्टम के अंदर मान लेते हैं देयर आर सम हैलोजन फ्री रेडिकल्स लेफ्ट। सिस्टम के अंदर देयर आर हैलोजन फ्री रेडिकल्स लेफ्ट। If a halogen free radical is not reacting with another halogen free radical, तब चांस क्या रह सकता है? It can also react with the CH3Cl formed, CH2 Cl bond H, CH3Cl, ये फिर से क्लोरीन फ्री रेडिकल के साथ रिएक्ट हो सकता है, बिकॉज ऐसा जरूरत नहीं है। ये जो क्लोरीन फ्री रेडिकल है, it should not encounter CH3Cl formed in the system. If CH3Cl is encountering with Cl free radical, what can be the possible reaction? Again possible दो reactions लिख रहा हूँ, क्या क्या हो सकता है? You can either have CH2Cl2 plus H free radical, ब्रेक कर लिया मैंने, ब्रेक करके ये Cl फ्री रेडिकल लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पार्ट को दे दिया मैंने, CH2Cl2 plus H फ्री रेडिकल, और HCl बन के you can get CH2Cl free radical। ये हो सकता है। Out of these two, again the first step as it is involving formation of highly unstable H free radical, ये वाला नहीं होगा, so ये होगा। अगर ये CH2Cl free radical जो है, if it is combining with Cl2, then it will be converting into CH2Cl2 plus another Cl free radical। okay, so ये जो CH2Cl2 है अभी सिस्टम में, if it is encountering, ये सब alternate chain propagation steps है, if it is encountering a Cl free radical, it will be converting into CHCl2 free radical plus HCl। अभी ये जो CHCl2 है, if it is reacting with another CHCl2 free radical, if it is reacting with another molecule of Cl2, तब क्या बनेगा? You will be forming CHCl3 plus Cl free radical। CHCl3 जो है, CHCl3, if it is again reacting with Cl free radical, क्योंकि जब तक हाइड्रोजन से मॉलिक्यूल के अंदर there is always possibility for breaking that particular bond in terms of free radical if it is encountering with a new Cl free radical। okay, तो ये क्या बनेगा? it will be forming CCl3 free radical plus HCl। ये जो CCl3 free radical है, it can react with another molecule of Cl2 to form CCl4 and Cl free radical। एक बार ये होने के बाद कुछ नया कुछ नहीं बनेगा। CCl4 free radical reacting with Cl free radical, again एक नया CCl4 मिलेगा, Cl free radical मिलेगा, तो ये कंटिन्यू होता जाएगा। तो ये वाला पॉइंट आने के बाद ये जो Cl free radical सिस्टम के अंदर जो भी है, ये अपने आप में मिलना ही पड़ेगा और कुछ चांस ही नहीं है उनको। ओके, Cl free radical अपने आप में मिलके you will be getting Cl2। ये वाला पार्ट समझ में आया? आई एम सेइंग once you get CCl4, if this is reacting with Cl free radical, bond break कर लो, you will be forming a new CCl4 plus another Cl free radical। so यही बनता जाएगा, मतलब ये Cl ब्रेक कर दो, ब्रेक करके ये Cl free radical इसको दे दो, नया Cl free radical मिलेगा। so ये वाला होने के बाद एंडिंग में जो Cl free radicals बच जाता है सिस्टम के अंदर, they have only choice to combine with another Cl free radical। okay, so ये जो cases है, these are alternate chain propagation steps। ये सारे हो सकता है। okay, ये कब हो सकता है? whenever you are taking a Cl2 in excess, Cl2 ज्यादा ले रहा हूँ, ज्यादा लेने की वजह से whenever I am breaking with the help of heat or light, in that case बहुत सारे Cl free radical system के अंदर बना है. So whenever you are forming a CH3Cl, the probability of that particular CH3Cl encountering with the Cl2, encountering with Cl free radical will be high. Okay, in that case it will lead to another sets of products. ये सब alternate है. तो क्वेश्चन में हमको ऐसा कुछ पूछा जाता है, अगर Cl2 एक्सेस में है तो व्हाट इज द मेजर प्रोडक्ट. अगर Cl2 एक्सेस में है तो द मेजर प्रोडक्ट विल बी CCl4. हम मानेंगे Cl फ्री रेडिकल्स के साथ रिएक्ट होते 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 एंडिंग में CCl4 में कन्वर्ट हो गया. अगर CH4 एक्सेस में है, स्टार्टिंग जो रिएक्टेंट लिया है वो एक्सेस में है, Cl free radicals बहुत कम है, in that case the major product will be CHCl3. In that case the major product will be CH3Cl. ये वाला, this will be the major product. मतलब एक ही सब्स्टिट्यूशन हुआ है. और बीच में CH2Cl2 के लिए और CHCl3 के लिए कि कौन सा रेशियो में हमको लेना चाहिए रिएक्टेंट्स एंड गिवन रिएक्टेंट्स, वैसा कुछ क्वेश्चंस नहीं, कभी नहीं बनेगा, बिकॉज वो हमारे हाथ में नहीं है. You can either make sure CH3Cl is as major amount or you can make sure CCl4 as major amount. You can never judge CH2Cl2 के लिए कौन सा reactants का percentage होना चाहिए. You cannot do this. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So final conclusion क्या है? If Cl2 is in excess, major product will be CCl4. If CH4 is in excess, major product will be CH3Cl. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take few minutes. मेरे notes में भी है ना? Take my notes and kindly go through this particular substitution reaction. Take 5 minutes. Go through the substitution reaction. We'll go to the next reaction. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me.
सर
हाँ
सर वो HCl किस स्टेट में होगा, मतलब गैसियस, लिक्विड और गैसियस या लिक्विड?
HCl गैस में रहेगा, गैस।
गैस।
हाँ, देयर इज नो सॉल्वेंट ना, वाटर नहीं है ना सिस्टम में, HCl इज
हाँ
गैस कंपाउंड। क्वेश्चन में हमको ऐसा कुछ पूछा जाता है, which of the following is a chain propagation step? So in that particular options you will be seeing the alternate chain propagation steps too. Usually लोगों को जो main है, main chain propagation steps है वही देखेंगे, बाकी alternate वाला भी possible होता है, वो होगा कि नहीं हमको ऐसा ही जज करना है। वो जो पर्टिकुलर फ्री रेडिकल जो भी बनेगा, लाइक H फ्री रेडिकल वाला कुछ दिया है तो वो नहीं होगा, दैट इज नॉट अ चेन प्रोपगेशन स्टेप। बाकी सब जो भी पॉसिबिलिटीज होगा वो सब लिखना पड़ेगा। मोर देन वन ऑप्शन क्वेश्चंस में भी आ सकता है ये। क्लियर है सबको? कैन आई गो टू द नेक्स्ट रिएक्शन?
Yes, sir.
Before going to next reaction, उसमें if you want to do iodination, I hope if you are seeing my notes, उसमें कुछ लिखा है इधर, if you want to do iodination, तब क्या करना पड़ेगा? One of the product formed with iodine is HI, okay, with I2 HI is formed. ये जो HI है, this is strong reducing agent. So in the system add an oxidizing agent. HI common oxidizing agents are HiO3 or HNO3, okay. HI on reacting with HiO3, it will convert back into I2 and H2O, or you can also react this with HNO3. So ये oxidizing agent है, ये reducing agent है. So because of that I am removing HI from the system. So HI won't be reacting back with RX, it will be reacting with HiO3. HiO3 is a stronger oxidizing agent than RX, तो पहले इसके साथ react करेगा. So if you are doing this, you can use the reaction with I2. But उसमें भी थोड़ा दिक्कत क्या आएगा? The reaction will be slow. The reaction will be very slow. Okay. Okay. Next reaction. ये जो reaction है सब लोग पहले ही पता होगा. The reaction is called as combustion. What is meant by combustion? Combustion is nothing but burning in the presence of oxygen. Combustion can also be termed as uncontrolled oxidation. मतलब मैक्सिमम जितना अमाउंट ऑफ ऑक्सीजन से बर्न कर सकता हो कर लेना. अनकंट्रोल्ड ऑक्सीडेशन, ऑक्सीडेशन मतलब रिएक्टिंग विथ ऑक्सीजन. कंबशन का कोई भी हाइड्रोकार्बन का कंबशन प्रोडक्ट्स विल बी CO2 एंड H2O. सो अल्केन के केस में इफ यू आर हैविंग CN H2N plus 2 plus O2, you will get CO2 plus H2O. This will be NCO2, or this has to be N plus 1 H2O, NCO2 and N plus 1 H2O. क्लियर है? ठीक है. ये वाला बैलेंसिंग के लिए ऑक्सीजन राइट हैंड साइड में यू हैव 2N 3N प्लस कितना ऑक्सीजन है? 3N plus 1 ना, 2N plus N plus 1, it is 3N plus 1. So right hand side में if you are doing 3N plus 1 upon 2, ये 2 cancel हो जाएगा, you will be left with 3N plus 1 oxygens. So this is the general equation. No need to remember anything. You can always balance the equation. Combustion of CH4 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus H2O. This will be 2H2O. This will be 2O2. Is combustion reaction an endothermic reaction or exothermic reaction? Exothermic reaction. So delta H जो है, it is always negative. In this particular case, it is minus 890 kilojoule per mole. Okay, and this particular combustion reaction is used in automobiles. जो alkanes है, alkanes are used as fuels because they have high heat of combustion. Alkanes are used as fuels due to their high heat of combustion. Okay, if you are doing incomplete oxidation, मतलब complete oxidation नहीं हो पा रहा है, in that case there will be formation of another product called carbon black along with carbon monoxide. CH4 plus O2 gives rise to either you can have carbon black or carbon monoxide and H2O. Okay, and this particular reaction also happens in automobiles. अगर वो जो particular engine है, if it is not so efficient, okay, in that particular case वो जो fuel है, ये 100% efficient engines कभी नहीं रहेगा. So जो fuel है, because of incomplete combustion, it will be converting into carbon monoxide or carbon black. Okay, which leads to this carbon monoxide pollution. ठीक है, कार्बन ब्लैक साइलेंसर के अराउंड कुछ ऐसा ब्लैक कलर के सब्सटेंस फॉर्म होता है ना, दैट इज नथिंग बट कार्बन ब्लैक. ओके, दिस कार्बन ब्लैक इज यूज्ड एज प्रिंटर इंक. जेरोक्स के लिए जो यूज करते हैं प्रिंटर इंक, और इन मेकिंग ऑफ सिंपली इंक्स, और इन मेकिंग ऑफ ब्लैक पिगमेंट्स. Okay, used for printer ink, inks or black pigments. Clear है? Okay, we'll go to next reaction. Uncontrolled oxidation is called as combustion. If you are doing controlled oxidation, then there will be formation of various products. एक बार देखेंगे controlled oxidation. सबसे पहले let us try to analyze what are the different types of products which you can get from the oxidation of alkanes. Okay, alkanes का एक ऑक्सीजन ऐड किया तो, if you are doing oxidation of alkanes, the first immediate product which you will get is alcohols. Okay, alkanes का oxidation करने से you will get alcohols. उसका further oxidation करने से, on alkanes on further oxidation will lead to formation of either aldehydes or ketones. Okay, these aldehydes and ketones on further oxidation will give you carboxylic acids. So this is the order of oxidation. Okay, अगर बहुत ज़्यादा oxidation किया तो you can have carboxylic acid. Intermediate amount में oxidation किया तो you can get aldehydes or ketones. Very less amount of oxidation will lead to the formation of alcohol. If you are doing uncontrolled oxidation, that particular carboxylic acid will be finally converting into CO2 and H2O. Okay, so controlled oxidation में क्या क्या कर सकते हैं हम? You can convert an alkane into alcohol, that alcohol into aldehyde, ketone, or that aldehydes, ketones into carboxylic acids. These are the steps involved. Okay, और एक important point है, if you want to do oxidation in the molecule, you need to have acidic hydrogen. If you want to do oxidation with ease in the molecule, you need to have acidic hydrogen. Acidic hydrogen मतलब क्या होगा? any hydrogen which is attached to more electronegative element can be treated as acidic hydrogen. मानते हो? या it should be attached to electron withdrawing groups. Electron withdrawing groups increases acidic character, releasing groups decreases acidic character. Okay, ये दोनों केस में जो भी हो सकता है. एक तो hydrogen must be attached to higher electronegative element. In that case, oxidation is possible. और कार्बन जिन कार्बन के ऊपर हाइड्रोजन है, that particular carbon must be attached to electron withdrawing groups. These are the two possible cases where you can have acidic hydrogen. अभी ये जो alkane है, in the alkane, do you have any predominant acidic hydrogen?
नहीं सर.
नहीं है ना, because the bond is between carbon and hydrogen. कार्बन और हाइड्रोजन के बीच में इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी डिफरेंस कम है और नेग्लिजिबल है. As a result, there is no predominant amount of charges on carbon and hydrogen, और else acidic hydrogen नहीं है. So alkanes का ऑक्सीडेशन करना बहुत मुश्किल है. Alkanes का ऑक्सीडेशन करना बहुत मुश्किल है, or else in general we don't attempt to form alcohols, aldehydes, ketones or carboxylic acids from oxidation of alkanes. इनका प्रिपरेशन मेथड हम इस alkane से देख सकते हैं in a way, क्योंकि उनका ऑक्सीडेशन करने से बन पा रहा है. But we will not choose this particular method because oxidation of alkanes is difficult as it lacks acidic hydrogen. So oxidation करने के लिए you need to have some specific catalysts, and ये जो catalyst है हर एक product के लिए unique रहता है. Like you cannot use the same catalyst for the formation of alcohol, aldehyde and the carboxylic acid. Like different amount of oxygen put कर लिया, same catalyst से you cannot get alcohol, aldehyde and carboxylic acid. For different things you need to have different catalysts. तो हर एक रिएक्शन के लिए स्पेसिफिक होता जाता है. हेंस ये जो पर्टिकुलर रिएक्शंस अभी मैं जो देने वाला हूँ, केवल उन्हीं रिएक्शंस को तुम लोग को याद रखना है. वही रिएक्शंस इंडस्ट्रियली यूज्ड है. बाकी ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ alkanes it is not preferred as there is no acidic hydrogen. I hope this particular point is clear. First reaction, CH4 methane on reaction with O2. I can convert that into methyl alcohol CH3OH, which is also called as methanol. इसके लिए specific catalyst which you use is copper, and the temperature is 523 Kelvin and the pressure is 100 atmospheres. Very huge. Okay. Similarly, the same CH4 on oxidation can also be converted into HCHO aldehyde, which is also called as formaldehyde plus H2O. इस particular case में the catalyst used is molybdenum oxide MO2O3 along with some heat. MO2O3 reaction balance नहीं किया मैंने, already balance है तो HCHO है. HCHO formaldehyde. If you are having CH3 ethane, this on reaction with oxygen in the presence of manganese acetate CH3COO twice delta. इसमें प्रोडक्ट याद रखना भी आसान है. देखो जैसे कैटलिस्ट है, कैटलिस्ट जैसा ही कुछ बनेगा. The product is CH3COOH acetic acid. Okay, or else it is also called as ethanoic acid, acetic acid or ethanoic acid. Only these three reactions are important. Only these three reactions. Apart from this, you have another reaction where you are having 3-degree hydrogen. ये जो particular reaction है very important है. If you are having 3-degree hydrogen, this particular hydrogen is 3 degree. If you are reacting that with KMnO4, KMnO4 is very strong oxidizing agent. That particular 3-degree hydrogen will be converting into OH, or else you will be forming a 3-degree alcohol. ये कब होगा? Whenever you have 3-degree hydrogen inside an alkane. Apart from these 4 reactions, no other reaction will come in the examination for the oxidation of alkanes, क्योंकि alkanes को oxidation करना बहुत ही ज़्यादा मुश्किल है. Okay, with copper by delta. Delta indicates heat. With copper by delta, you are forming alcohol. With MO2O3, you are forming aldehyde. With manganese acetate, you are forming acetic acid. Clear है?
हाँ सर.
Okay. एक important point जैसे लिख रहा हूँ. Control oxidation. For easy oxidation, acidic hydrogen is preferred. As alkanes don't have acidic hydrogen, the oxidation becomes tougher. Okay, next reaction. Isomerization. Isomerization is nothing but formation of isomers. If you are having butane, if you are having N-butane, if you are adding anhydrous AlCl3 reagent, anhydrous AlCl3 is used for isomerization, you will get 2-methyl propane. Isomer मिल गया ना उसका. And you can have mixture of isomers, like if you are having N-pentane, if you are adding the same reagent, you can have 2-methyl butane or you can have 2,2-dimethyl propane. दोनों मिल सकता है. And out of these two, we cannot judge which will be the major product. दोनों मिल सकता है. कभी 2-methyl butane मेजर हो सकता है, कभी 2,2-dimethyl propane भी हो सकता है. तो ये जो particular reaction है, in this particular case, we cannot judge the exact percentage of products. All possible isomers बना देना है. Okay? Clear है? Okay. I hope this is clear to everyone. Next reaction, single most important reaction, which is aromatization. Aromatization नाम में ये ना, in the reaction you will be forming some aromatic compound, and this particular reaction can also be visualized as dehydrogenation. Dehydrogenation मतलब removal of hydrogen. Dehydrogenation, like if you are having hexane, CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. If you are having N-hexane, if you are reacting it with very important catalyst, chromium oxide Cr2O3, or you can also use B2O5 vanadium pentoxide, or you can also use MO2O3 molybdenum oxide at a temperature of 500 degrees and a pressure of 10 to 20 atmospheres. Aromatization 6 members है ना, 6 members से aromatic compound क्या बन सकता है?
Benzene.
Benzene. You will get benzene plus 4H2. Hydrogen got removed. Benzene plus 4H2. Very important है. N-hexane. The important things which you need to remember are, you just need to remember the catalyst. Alkane दिया जाएगा, एक catalyst जो भी दिया जाएगा हमको, you need to convert that into aromatic compound. Like suppose if you are taking N-heptane. N-heptane मतलब you are taking 7-membered compound, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. N-heptane. N-heptane के साथ the compound which you form is toluene. Benzene ring, उसके ऊपर CH3 plus 4H2. Okay, you will get toluene. These two reactions are very important, and these reactions are also termed as, this reaction is also termed as reforming reaction. Reforming reaction, the formation of benzene through aromatization of n-hexane or the formation of toluene through aromatization of n-heptane. The reaction is called as reforming reaction. Okay. Last reaction है, इसके बाद छोड़ देता हूँ. Last reaction. Please remember aromatization reaction. That reaction is very, very important. Last reaction, pyrolysis. What is meant by the term pyro? Pyro indicates heat. Lysis मतलब breaking. Okay. Breaking the molecule, alkane molecule, into smaller compounds with the help of heat is termed as pyrolysis. Whenever you heat an alkane, you are not heating this in the presence of oxygen, you are simply heating it. Heating in the presence of oxygen will lead to combustion or controlled oxidation. You are simply heating the molecule. Whenever you are heating an alkane, it will lead to formation of mixture of compounds which will be lower alkanes. Lower alkanes मतलब carbon कम रहेंगे क्योंकि bonds break हो रहे हैं ना. Either you can form lower alkanes, lower alkenes, or a mixture of alkanes and alkenes. Okay. Different types of products मिल सकता है, and we don't have any control on the nature of the products. यही बनना चाहिए, ऐसा कुछ जरूरत नहीं है. It depends upon the heat distribution. It depends upon various other with various other scenarios. Okay. So इस particular question में, इस particular section में हमको कभी क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछा जाता है इसको हीट करने से प्रोडक्ट क्या मिलेगा. प्रोडक्ट क्या मिल सकता है पूछ सकते हैं. You can identify all lower alkanes and lower alkenes. And ये जो particular reaction है, this particular reaction is used from the formation of petrol and kerosene oil. और जो petrol gas, oil gas, जो भी crude oil जो भी रहता है, you use a process called pyrolysis in order to form petrol, kerosene oil, etc. Practical application है, तो उतना ये theoretical है, वो याद रखना है. Suppose general, if you are having hexane C6H14, उसको heat किया तो you can form various sets of products. Same temperature पे you can either form lower alkene C6H12. In this case, you have formed only alkene, which is nothing but dehydrogenation reaction. एक hydrogen हटा दिया. Or you can form C4H8 plus C2H6. In this case, you have formed an alkene along with an alkane. Okay. Or you can form C3H6 plus C2H4 plus CH4. ये दोनों alkenes है. ये वाला alkane है. So even in the third reaction, you got an alkene along with an alkane. But ऊपर जो है वो दोनों products अलग है, ये दोनों products अलग है. So you don't have any control on the nature of the products during pyrolysis. So they won't be asking what are the products. They may ask what are the possible sets of products. So जो भी alkanes मिल सकता है उनको mark कर सकते हो. And this particular reaction is important for the formation of petrol and kerosene from petrol gas and kerosene gas or oil gas. Okay. Clear है? Pyrolysis is used for the formation of petrol from petrol gas or from the formation of kerosene oil from oil gas. Is this clear?
हाँ sir.
Last reaction है. Last reaction. Methane on reaction with H2O. Methane on reaction with H2O in the presence of nickel catalyst and at very high temperature produces a gas called synthetic gas, CO plus 3H2. This is called as synthetic gas or syngas, which is having a 3:1 ratio of hydrogen carbon monoxide or 1:3 ratio of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. This is called as synthetic gas because this is used in the preparation of methanol, in the synthesis of methanol. Hence it is called as synthetic gas. ये कब मिल सकता है? CH4 on reaction with water at a temperature of 1000 degrees and in the presence of nickel catalyst. Clear है? ये एक general reaction है. You can remember this formation of synthetic gas. Important reactions तो aromatization and then controlled oxidation. Only these particular things. Combustion तो आता ही है हमको. Substitution reaction. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, आज के लिए इतना ही करते हैं. End of alkanes part. Alkanes का part हो गया. We will go to alkenes in next class. We'll start with alkenes in the next class.
सर एक डाउट.
हाँ पूछो.
हाँ, वो सैचुरेटेड ऑयल्स अनसैचुरेटेड ऑयल से हार्मफुल होते हैं हेल्थ के लिए, ऐसा मैंने पढ़ा था सर. वो ऐसा क्यों होता है?
सैचुरेटेड ऑयल्स देखो, सैचुरेटेड मतलब फर्दर उनका रिएक्शन नहीं होगा ना. मैं ऐसा गेस करता हूँ. बॉडी के अंदर दे विल बी स्टोर्ड, फर्दर रिएक्शन नहीं होगा. लाइक अनसैचुरेटेड है तो दे कैन बी रिएक्टिंग विद समथिंग एल्स एंड कैन बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू समथिंग ना. लाइक they can utilize the energy present inside the body. Saturated से energy utilize नहीं होगा. Like the energy will be stored. I think I will see exactly what is the reason. But I think this can be the possible reason.
Okay.
Okay. नेक्स्ट क्लास में देख के मैं बताता हूँ, ये क्रॉस चेक कंफर्म करके बताता हूँ यही होगा कि नहीं.
हाँ सर.
ठीक है. I hope today's lecture is clear to everyone. Please go through entire alkanes part. जो भी reactions पढ़ा है उतना ही है, पर नीट जेई एडवांस्ड उनके अलावा कुछ अलग reactions नहीं है. After lecture, sit for some time. Remember all the reactants. Okay. Thank you. We will be meeting in the next lecture.